Hey, Daisan here with episode 16 or 17 of the podcast. It's a number, I don't remember. You can see in the video description below. Today with me, I have Fish, and we'll be talking about a couple things this podcast. I think we're going to go over the part 2 of the adventure event with Fox and Shell. We'll mainly dive into the Undead, because we've really already talked about the units last podcast, and then we'll also go through some of the unit buffs that happened, which is swimsuits and a few Nazarick units. So how are you doing, Fish? It's been a while.
Yes.
Alright. let's just jump right into this. So at first we're gonna talk about the event. The extreme's farmable, unlike last part 1, where people had issues farming the undead. Sorry, the extreme, not the undead. Well, they could also do the undead. But yeah, so the extreme is a bit easier. You can auto farm it. They're weak to magic as like compared to last time.
They're not immune to magic.
Yeah, no, you can actually kill them with pimp binds. So yeah, back to
basically you can use any character this time compared to last time.
Yeah, that's so much easier farming, but still, man, so many points. Oh man, I am not even done the 500,000 ladder. How about you?
I think I'm like barely 2 million.
Barely 2 million, like 4 times more, like 5 times more than my score. I see. I guess you play Moti and join lobbies, huh?
Yeah, and I have event bonus, so it's a bit faster.
Yeah, man, that's rough. I don't have either of the 2 event bonus units. I would not have minded them like putting regular soul and like some other units as like rate ups, like give you 20% or something. I could use it to BH. Alright, so besides the extreme, we're gonna talk about the undead. The undead is as people call it, the hardest undead we've gotten so far. It is 4 waves of hell, right? So first wave, it's just really annoying Tia constantly spamming aim down, spamming magic shield up on party, spamming paralysis, spamming seal. Then you have like Evil Eye there that's like shooting AoEs at you every once in a while. Annoying stally kind of wave because aim down spam hurts wave clears, so it takes a while. Then you transition wave 2. A bit annoying but not as bad. You have Lakis, Gagarin, and Evil Eye again, and same thing. Evil Eye AoEs you, Gagarin covers, Lakis puts regen, which heals like a lot of HP because ratios, kind of bullshit. Third wave, solo Momon, like 10 plus aim on his base stat, so that means you can't evade cheese him. All he does is all buff himself, occasionally attack with HP recovery minus 80% or 90% onto one of your teammates, and then he icy burst spams a lot. And then the fourth wave is Fox and Shoutier. Shoutier spams aim down like a lot. And I think it's like -3 each time she does it, and then she does it like at least twice, so like you're at -6, so like you're never hitting. And then Fox is just being there with what, aim up, attack up, she'll burn you, then she has burn killer plus attack reset if you kill something. I think that's about it, right?
Yeah, quite right.
Okay, so now that I've explained it, my personal record is getting the 4th wave and then going at it for like an hour and then giving up. How are you?
I've spent like 3 days on it. Ended up finishing in 51 turns, which is not something you like to see. But
hey, you cleared it. That's all that matters.
I mean, I think if I keep trying, I could probably get it under 50. But I just can't be bothered at this point.
Yeah, I tried running that comp with Pimp Eins, Nazarick Albedo as my tank. I have Aqua. No, I used Nazarick Mori as my healer. Then I ran Kotori, and I got such a good wave 3 to wave 4 transition. I thought this is in the bag. Everyone's like full HP. Like, I just cast Wall of Jericho the turn before, so I'm walking with like the full wall up with like whatever, like 60 2% or something damage reduction, and then like I had like overdrives like level 5 for Ainz and for Kotori, and then like I did that and I chip away maybe like what, like a fifth of the HP, and then they proceed to roll me for the next like 8 turns. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm playing something wrong, but I don't know what to do on wave 4. Like wave 4 I get there and I think I'm fine. I last like 4 turns and then like I die.
Uh, okay. So like, I'll go through all of the waves. So wave 1 is just um, it's just a standard wave where you just kill them with like physical attacks. If you have burn, then it's a lot faster at killing Tia and Tina.
Mm-hmm.
Um, wave 2 is basically if you don't have pimp irons, you're actually gonna be playing the wave. Otherwise, pimp irons can just one shot the entire wave, and you should be
Yeah.
able to get it finish in a few turns, unless you want to stall on one of the characters.
I can't
Wave,
one shot the second wave. I'm having issues with it because with Pimp Irons, like, do you buff or something? Because like I know if I
yeah,
do that, like Gagaran and Evil Eye, and will have like a bit of HP left, and I can't seem to like one turn that with just Kotori and Irons.
yeah. I think if you have Aqua and you do the magic buff, then you can one shot them. But if you don't, then yeah, you have Evil Eye and Gagaran left. But
Okay.
then even then, that just means you can stall for a bit.
Hmm. Keep going with your wonderful explanation.
Yeah. So wave 3 is usually I don't think anyone can finish it under like 6 turns. If you don't have burn damage, you're basically not gonna be able to do wave 3 because like so much damage reduction, and he just does a lot of damage as well, especially if you don't have an AoE healer. And then wave 4 is the one where it takes a while and it's very luck dependent because Shoutia debuffs 3 times in a row, and then she does 2 attacks that's multi-hit, and each of them regens around, I think it's 500% HP or something. So basically, if she isn't attacking your tank, she's gonna heal like 20k HP back, and whoever she attacked is probably gonna be dead as well. And then Fox is just there to like kill your tank faster.
Okay, wait. So who do you kill first? Would you say you kill Shoutier first or Fox first?
I mean, if you think you're lucky, you could kill Fox first, and it'd probably be easier. Because Fox is the one that does the most of the damage. Shoutier is someone that prevents you from doing damage. But usually you go for Shoutier first because Fox does have the passive +2 evasion, meaning she is a lot harder to actually land a hit on.
I feel like they're all hard to land a hit on after you get 8 the buff 3 times in a row. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
like I think the relics in this is very important. Like all your enhancer and your DPS must have +4 aim. Your tank needs evasion. Like if they don't have passive evasion, then they definitely need evasion. Because if you have evasion, then once you get to wave 4, the first 4 turns, I think, like before Fox buffs, is basically your tank isn't gonna be taking much damage because of the evasion cheese.
uh, would you say that like very specific comps are needed, like very specific units as well?
I mean, if you mean specific, it's basically pin pines, and then the rest just has to be like top tier units.
Uh,
Like your tanks, you could probably use some low tier tanks if you have other really good characters. Like
you can't use
there's
multi-hit
some,
tanks, right? You can't use Naofumi. You can't use
yeah, you
Gladiator,
can't use
right?
any tanks that have stacks,
Hmm.
but there's definitely some other tanks that might like fit a very niche role that could work.
I think I saw someone use Zero, right? So Zero works fine. Maybe.
Yeah, you could probably use darkness as well because she won't get any burn damage, and that probably
Oh
helps
yeah.
a lot.
It kind of sucks you can't burn Shoutier or Fox, cause like,
I mean, if you
oh, that would help so much.
the problem is because you can't land a hit, and they all have 50% damage reduction.
Yeah, man, that's so rough. Oh, that's so rough. Yeah, I was gonna say like, I think someone also ran a comp with just cheese. Dude, I am really tempted to just like revive bank and be like, I just want to blitz this. But like I know I'd be down like I don't even know how many revives I'd use. Like 6 revives.
I mean, the risky thing with revive banks is that like Sheltier could literally just kill one of your characters and then heal back to full HP again. And then Fox can one-shot your whole team if you get unlucky.
Man.
That's why I didn't want to revive unless I'm doing like using like a ult account. Because it's too
Yeah.
risky. Like if you just get unlucky a bit, then you just wasted all your stuns for nothing.
Holy shit! Wait till like pour like cold water all over like my cheesy strat. But that's fine. Save the stones. I don't know. Maybe pull for like Albedo again, the current banner. That's first. But like, man, this undead. It's just like a kick in the goddamn teeth. Like holy cow.
I mean, this is truly a test of like who is good at the game and who also has really strong pay-to-win characters.
Dude, I feel like even with strong pay to win characters, if you can't pilot that shit and you bet on G, like I think I was watching Aku do it for like 3 hours, and he couldn't clear it, and I was like, that's fucking rough, man. But
Like if you have the good characters, then the amount of tries you need to do is a bit less because all you need to do is just restart ING a bit and clear the first few waves really fast.
yeah, I'm trying to figure out like where I'm going wrong with this, cause like I'm missing a bit of damage to one shot wave 2, but that's fine. But like I got to like turn 30 by the time I hit wave 3. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Is this supposed to be that long?
Most people get there to wave 30, but if you actually want to clear it, you probably want to get there by like wave 24. I mean, turn 24.
It's like, I think the big issue is like Tia and Tina do not make it easy to clear the first wave quickly.
Yeah. The first wave is the one that usually takes the longest. The second wave is like, if you just have pin pies, then it's going to not be too long. Third wave is it's always going to be around 6 to like 8 or 12 turns, depending on what burn unit you have.
Yeah. Wait, does
But yeah.
Christmas Lup apply burn when she gets hit?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Except Momo only attacks like once every 7 turns or something.
Yeah, and then he does Icy Burst you to death. No, I had Kotori and she's been doing good, but like I get to wave 4 and I'm like, how do I beat this? Oh man.
I think people who use Kotori just use the 3 MP.
I tried. It doesn't land, man. It's awful. It's so awful.
You just have to get lucky with your +4 aim relic.
Yeah. Honestly, I looked at the difference between I Bow Before You and like the Plat aim relic, and like it's like 1,300 attack difference and 20% physical damage. So that's
that's huge.
That's like 3k worth of attack stat difference on average. So I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Like
man?
for me, my run, I was literally, well, I think it was like 12k HP off from finishing under 50 turns.
Do you have the plant relic or no?
Nah.
I wish I
was using Bow. It literally just a little bit more damage and I would have done it.
Like holy shit, man. I feel cheated that like I didn't pull my relics before. I was like, the game's fine. You only need to pull characters. What's the difference between 1 or 2 relics? And then this shit happens. I'm like, holy crap. Why game? Why kick me in the goddamn teeth? I feel like I should put like I put Doll on Nazwick Mare, but I'm feeling like Saint would be better because like I don't think the speed's gonna make that much of a difference. Slash like
the people
HP you get.
that use that team, what they did was they gave +4 aim to everyone apart from Albedo, and then they gave her +4 evasion.
Yeah, it's just the only issue is my third I Bow Before You is level 60, so I have 2 level 100 ones and 1 level 61. And I tried that, and I feel like with Nazric Mare, I think having the regen on someone else makes Nazric Mare's job so much easier. It's just that I don't use Nazarick Mari to attack. I'm healing in return. So I thought not putting the aim relic was fine, but maybe in our last wave, Nazarick Mari has to be hitting people. Even then,
Yeah,
though, Mari's kind of weak.
because Mara is like the first 2 turns you don't have to worry too much about healing because the AoE like
Mm-hmm.
doesn't do too much damage and it's not very frequent as long as you debuff them.
Yeah.
Wave 3 is like the one where you have to like try pretty hard with Mari.
Yeah.
But if you do get past it, then it should be an easy job.
I did
Like,
get past, but like the issue is I'm DPSing on wave 4, right? And then like Albedo is my tank. And then like Shoutio no hits her. And then Fox no hits her in between
yeah,
turns. And then I
that's why she
die.
needs evasion. If she has evasion, it helps with
Fox hitting, yeah. It has,
no,
but like
not Fox. It helps with Shoutio. Like Fox is you just have to accept it and move on.
yeah, it's like even with the +4 evasion, it still hits and hurts, and then like I just can't. I don't know, man. Maybe I'll try again later, but like I think we could easily spend like another 16 minutes talking about how bullshit the Undead is or what Omni specific units you need. But like I'm just gonna vent a bit. Um, I thought maybe the new buff units we're gonna talk about later is gonna help, but I realized probably not. Also, I think I'm not using Pimpines as a debuffer enough. The mana costs are so expensive. And then like, oh man, it's just like a giant mess of like, how am I gonna beat this? I'm probably gonna, for the sake of my pride, beat it before the event's over. But damn, that's gonna be like an entire day.
Yeah, I mean, this event is literally if you don't have like, you kind of need good units, and not only that, you need good relics and high overdrive as well.
Yeah, this is like the apex. I feel like people says just whale. It feels like the answer is no, because if you whale right now, it won't help you. You had preemptively whaled on past shit, so it's like,
Yeah,
ah, yes, because like there's nothing to whale for now. You can get your own fox here, right? The fox is not. I can't say it's not suboptimal because she does have burn, but like what you want is like the plant relic for aim and damage, right? Because like getting the hamster relic with like no aim but just like some meaty deeps is nice, but like if you don't hit anything, it's useless.
yeah,
And so like you can get like OD5 Fox, but things you want are like Pimpines OD5. If you're running Nazarick Battle, you want OD5 that. I have OD4. I'm tempted to kind of drop a bunch of stones on the current banner to try to get her to OD5. But even then, I feel like when do you put the Wall of Jericho up? Do you just set that shit up like after Shoutio debuffs 3 turns, and then you'd be like, I'm not gonna die this turn? It feels kind of weird when to place that, because you only really get to do it once. Because I don't think there's enough time in the 50 turns to do it
you
twice.
could do it twice, but it's a bit risky, I think.
Yeah.
Because when I tried it, I think I did it twice.
What waves did you put it on? In the last wave?
Because I did it, I think I did it on like 10-3 on like the last wave, and
And
then I
then
was able to just keep going long enough to do it again.
wait, all the way up to OD4?
No, I think I did it at like OD3 or something.
Uh, yeah, that's rough. You never cleared it without battle, right? Or did you?
Yeah, because it's like I think for those runs is if I feel like I'm not gonna be able to do it under 50 turns, I just don't bother.
Uh, man, I just like to get the fucking 30 stones in the shop that says, you beat this once!
Because I know like I can clear it if I just like restart enough times and record all the stuff I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like surviving is purely RNG, and it's not like it's usually like not impossible to survive. It's just the amount of times it takes, the amount of turns it takes to actually clear the last wave. Like if you don't have good DPS, it's gonna take a while.
Yeah, dude. An extra 3k attack on Kotori would totally probably make things easier. Man,
I mean, even like
uh
just having more OD levels as well, because you can use your overdrive more frequently.
yeah. I have like OD2 Kotori, but I realized OD5 Kotori would be pretty cash money. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Uh
it's like the same with Fox. I think like, if I just had OD2 Fox, I probably could have done it.
yeah. Oh man. Well, You gotta go Will on that banner more, clearly. Right? And I can't do anything about it. I need to get OD5 or better, and then maybe I'll get OD5 Nasdaq Mario on the same banner, right? Everyone's there. I'm not even sure what that do. I think Mario's OD is kind of shit. Ugh, it's freaking rough. Yeah. Alright, let's move on to happier times. And by happier times, I mean transition into tier list discussion. So I'm gonna click that, and then we're gonna go right into it. So, our lovely audience can probably see the tier list right now. You can probably see the tier list, I hope, right now. And I can see the tier list right now. And that's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, we're going to talk about the buffed units, and then that'll be it for the podcast. Because besides bitching about the undead, we're getting actually, Nasric Solution coming out? New Nasric Solution, TM?
And I think we're getting Chaos Field rerun.
Yeah, oh, is it even a rerun? Or we're just not getting
I mean,
Chaos Field?
it's just another Chaos Field. Like,
Yeah.
it's a normal one. They're not actually doing anything unique to it, so it's just
15
it's just
floors
auto.
of fun, just regular Pandora's actor at the end of it. Let's go! Maybe floor 16? Yeah? No? No floor 16? A man can dream. Okay, anyways. Let's break this down. So I have a wonderful tier list here. And then we got all our units up here, which you can totally read. And let's go pick one of them. This is Zeshi. Buff's alive on offline site, so all these numbers are accurate. Her stats didn't get touched. That became cheaper. Her first skill got slightly better, and her evasion got better. Everything else still kind of sucks like balls. Yeah. What's your impressions on Zeshi?
Yikes.
Can she help you on this undead? No? No one can? Yeah? Yeah.
She probably.
She has evasion. She has +3 in her kit. She has regen, which is also healthy. I feel like if you're using endgame content, she'd be a good unit. If it weren't for the fact that this is like a burn DPS check.
She's a bit too slow, I'd say.
You don't mean by actual speed though, right? You mean no, like actually speed.
Like actual speed.
Like 418?
Yeah.
Really?
Because she doesn't have passive, so you can't really. Like, your relic trace is a bit more limited.
Yeah, but if you give her like bow, like that's like 55
Yeah, but
speed.
normally you want even more speed.
No, but like I don't think it's too much of an issue because the debuffs aren't awful. I don't know.
Like, her debuff is just way too low for it to, like. You kind of need two of it to actually make a difference, and then
It's
by that
4MP.
point, your MP isn't efficient. And
Yeah.
if you're slow, most likely the enemy has already debuffed you beforehand. So
Yeah, I feel like if it's a
chance,
free
like-
MP, she'd be really good. With like
Yeah.
as like a hit down niche. Do what's kind of messed? Like evasion down buffs, and then you needing to land evasion down buffs, and they have evasion. I think that's really messed, to be honest. But yeah. Anyways, right now tier list wise, Zeshi, it was all the way down in C tier for units that struggle in endgame content, as per my definition, and I feel like she's better now. I feel she automatically moves up to B tier, and I think I would realistically put her, if you can see this, maybe about here in terms of like.
Really?
Oh yeah,
That
yeah.
high up?
Oh wait. My reasoning is that if you look at Aura, she's just a glass cannon, right? Nothing else.
I mean, she's more of an enhancer, so you should probably be comparing her with enhancers. Like,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
DPS in this tier list is a bit.
I know it's a bit sketch, right? But like at the same time, I think it brings a lot of utility to an endgame team. Cause like if you did bring her to this undead, like her survivability wouldn't be your problem. It's your lack of DPS would be your problem, kind of thing.
Like, okay, if you compare her to, say, Kazuma, right?
Yeah. I'll bring it up.
That's probably the most comparable
Totally.
in, like, actual utility wise.
Yeah. Alright, let's bring up oh boy. Oh Kazumi boy. Yeah. So minus one hit, plus one evasion for self, and you're spamming that. This does nothing in the undead. Plus four hit, plus four evasion. That's super fucking neat. But like you're literally just using him as a 2 MP, constantly spam this move, and
Yeah.
then she does that, but like she actually heals and she actually like does damage. I was gonna say
Does she really do damage though? She's
like
not gonna be doing. I mean, the overdrive will probably do some damage once you get it up.
yeah, has defense trend and overdrive, Cosma, minus 10 hit. That's what is that? Minus one at skill level one. So probably goes up by twos.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's to one enemy though, but that would help so much against like
yeah.
Xiaoqi.
Because it's just the spamming the like if you're actually going for minus hit, and I think Cosmo is a bit better because of more MP efficient.
Yeah, that
But
is.
if you're only running one enhancer, then obviously Zeshi would be better.
Yeah, I think that's kind of it. I think it just brings a lot more utility overall. Like like I could play so easily about like yeah, like Pandora's actor, Pangorigami. I think she does bring like a bunch of utility, and then I don't think she's like super awful. Like attack down, free MP, crit down. Like she's got like a damage skill that it looks kind of ugly, but
That
it's usable. Which
the damage hasn't changed. It's so she's still not doing really any
like the
damage.
damage hasn't changed, but she's also got like the attack passives built into her shit now. So like she does hit a bit harder.
Yeah,
So like she does hit a bit harder. Her base stats didn't change, but like she pretty much got like this 30% physical attack up on herself. Um, and then all her numbers are a bit more rounded. Like she got this OD buff, like the your 30% bar, right? So that's if you're OD 5, you actually give yourself more, right? It's not 30. It's 30% the entire bar, not like 30 OD, right?
uh I don't know about this one. Wait, actually, it's probably 30%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's got that.
it used to be 20, so
Yeah.
increased by a little bit.
So you've got that. So you give yourself a decent like damage buff. You give yourself evasion. You move up to +5, which is 43%. That's nothing really to scoff at, TBH. And then if you're like a mad lad, you could literally have given it put like an evasion relic like +4, and then she goes to like 56. So like
I mean, for her, you probably give her +4 aim because that's like the only thing she's missing as an enhancer.
yeah. So like she's got a lot of good stuff going for her as like a kid. Like even as like a basic attacker, you just buff yourself up once, you go to +5 evasion, and then you just keep hitting them. And I think that's a reliable, safe way to keep your units alive. And I think that maybe has a bit more value than Aura in the long run, but like the super long run, because she has dodge, she has heal, like HP recovery over time, right? So like she's a lot more low maintenance. So I think like you could like juggle that a bit better. Like I might even go run Zeshi in this undead because I'm gonna try everything, and maybe Zeshi is the answer. Maybe having like base like 3/5 evasion is what like Zeshi's like needs to beat this undead or something. Who knows?
I mean, you can also think of Zeshi as just a buffed version of Victim.
Yeah. And then when Victim
Like,
gets buffed, he moved up like 6 tiers, like Kyohoku, right? Could
yeah,
be.
surely,
Surely,
surely.
surely. But honestly, I feel like her utility puts her like a bit below Saint Clem, not Saint Clem, because that Saint Clem
Yeah.
isn't like that even
I mean,
great.
you're comparing DPS to like enhancer, so I can't really
Yeah,
say
but
anything about that.
it's like technically she's a DPS.
She just has that attacker thing as bait, but honestly, her DPS is like
Well, like she has
non-existent.
like the stat spread of DPS, right? Because like she has like the
Saint Clem is a DPS, I'd say.
yeah, but like if you look at the like stat distribution of Zeshi, like normally enhances at like 440-ish like speed, so that's why they didn't jack her speed up further, right? Because that's pretty
Yeah.
fast for an attacker. Attack is like was the old average. The new average is about 8k, but I think they didn't want to touch it for some reason because they hate Zeshi. No one likes Zeshi.
She's basically an attacker with attacker stats, but no like actual real attacking skills.
Yeah. Meanwhile, like, this is an enhancer. with like an enhancer like attack stat, because that's fine for an enhancer, right?
Yeah.
But then they treat her as some kind of DPS machine, which is really weird for Clem. Yeah. So I feel like what Clem does is kind of on par with what Zeshi does, even though like the opposites of like an attacker with an enhancer skill set and an enhancer with an attacker skill set, right? Um, at best or worst, you could literally drop her like in useless like below aura, or like if you're comparing her to other kind of like enhancer-esque units, you could say better than like the raid units, in the sense that raid units are like a lot niche. You got like a farmer, like 100 luck farmer. Then you got like some like really AoE DPS. Then you got like a healer. You could like put her kind of here, or you can move her up here. Like to be more conservative, you could be like as good as Origami, or better.
Yeah. You could probably move him above
Sivas.
Sivas, yeah.
It's because like he was at first new buff tank, not as good as they used to be, but like I would slot her over Aura, and like if I were to bring one of those two into the raid with me, sorry, into the undead with me, I would pick Zeshi over Aura, like hands down, like 100%.
I mean, that's like, I don't know. I think the tier list is just flawed in a sense with all the DPS. It's just a bit too high.
Of course. But
that's
like,
why I just don't want to compare with them, because if you compare with them, I feel like all the DPS you just drop like a tier.
Yeah, it's like the reason Katori is so high up is because I feel she's such a good DPS / survivability DPS. But we'll get to that later. And by later I mean probably never, because I don't want to talk about Katori's placement. All right, cool. Let's go through the swimsuit units like super fast. And by super fast I mean as fast as we can go. All right, Yuri, an attacker. She got some spicy stuff. Look at the spicy moveset. It changed from just being reduction to an actual good buff, I'd say, for free MP. Good attack buff, good crit buff, immune stack. You get that damage reduction on top. She's also another unit I'd say I would probably take over Aura, because she's got all this juicy survivability.
Yeah, for sure.
Except like, that like
her damage is already pretty good. Like 3 MP for only like 3 MP for 155% is quite a bit.
Yeah. Also, she's the same base attack stat as Zeshi, and I can't say she has a better passives, but as long as Zeshi's above 90, Zeshi does a bit more DPS.
Yuri is just another pure element DPS you can add to your list.
Yeah, that's super niche, and we love it. Just like how Mighty Talk went up to A tier, right? But where's Yuri? The worst unit of the game? What? Who could have ever said that? Yeah. If we're just going by element,
I think starting off, she will be like top of B.
Yeah. Like you compare her to this Aura in terms of poison damage, right? We can do that.
I mean, easily.
You say that. You say that like easily.
Aura is not like
this Aura? Your Aura?
Yeah. She's more just because of overdrive.
Yeah, like the attack stats almost the same. The stats are really close actually. Like Aura has more speed, less HP. Like
but like based on pure 3 MP skill, Yuri's damage can be compared to like characters with like 5 MP.
Oh man, attacks. You're right. It's the elemental rate that's actually really good on her.
Like and the 155. Like Blast is 165 with 100% element rate for 5 MP.
Do we need to talk about Glass and how she's at the bottom of B tier? Do you want us to kick her down even more? Totally up to you. Yeah.
I mean, it depends on how further up you want to move Yuri. Like
yeah. Because
also Yuri has a pretty good overdrive as well.
She's got good gauge. Yeah. 10 hits of wind damage. That's the only thing that's kind of like a shame. It doesn't synergize with her other passive.
Yeah, but it's 10 hits.
Yeah, 170.
Yeah.
150.
With 150 element rate, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Does it beat 4 hits of 95?
I mean, that one's single target. Like, I feel like
it's not fair to compare AoE. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stronger than Neurologist, right?
Neurologist,
she's really
DPS wise, yeah.
She's really strong single target poison, right? 145-50, so she already beats in that. A bit higher base attack, and
And
it's
better
more
passive, I'd say. I think.
yeah, more spread passives. Like the damage on this is 25%, which is the same thing as Yuri's 25% water.
No, wait,
And
the
then
passive are the same, basically.
yeah, so they're
Yeah.
same passives. Just more base stats really. And then I would say Yuri's better just based off of survivability. And then you start getting to shit like Evil Eye, Summon Evil Eye. So I think that one is a unit I just passed on. But she has the double hit, right?
Yeah,
So
but it's not a lot.
yeah, so 2 hits of Earth is 188, right? Which is 33% less.
Yeah, but it's 4 MP.
Yeah, and then you also
And-
have 78%, 68% elemental rate up higher. And then you
she
also
doesn't
got
really have any good passives to
yeah.
help with the Earth
So-
either. Yeah.
So you could technically say Yuri's a better water attacker than Evil Eye's a Earth attacker, right?
Yeah.
Especially in the long term.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can also go
I don't
to
think she can go any higher though. I don't know. You could probably compare her to
Amelia. Amelia's kind of like at the bottom of A. So is Shoutier, but Shoutier has regen. So like
yeah, and also Undead Killer niche.
yeah. So this is her ice attack, her free MP ice. It's 125, so it's already lower by like 30%. 40% lower elemental rate, except that you have freeze and you have speed down.
Yeah.
Amelia has better passives, about like 5%, and a
better
higher base
stats.
attack, like
Yeah.
500
I
more
think
attack.
Yuri probably can't move any higher than that.
Yeah, but she could become the queen of B tier. Better than
All the
being
way from
the
bottom of yeah.
the worst unit in the game to the queen of B tier. Yeah, I think that's fine. I'm glad Amelia didn't get dethroned, but whatever. We're not here to discuss that today. We have Loop. 9k HP. That's the first thing I saw on her buffs. Not the fact that the rest of the kit looks like incredibly better now. 4 instead of 5. I'm sad that they didn't make the regen like 15% HP regen for free turns. I really thought they would.
If
do
it's
that.
15%, then placing her wouldn't really be like
yeah
too controversial. I'd say. I don't know what's the word.
Yeah.
Because I think I've seen people who's kind of like not really liking her.
If you can compare her to Rem like really easily.
Yeah. Like I feel like she's better than Ram, basically in all aspect.
I agree with you, except for like this one aspect, and that's a really
the regen.
Yeah, the regen. Okay, so she has less HP. Oh, so we'll do Lup. Lup has more HP. She has like 1500 more HP. She has 200 less attack, but that doesn't matter. Same speed, and then she has like 600 less, or like 500 less defense.
Yeah.
So like
and then
HP, I think the HP trade-off is like worth the defense trade-off, right?
Yeah.
First one is an attack down. They both have it. Rem's free MP 125, 30% attack down. Free MP 40% attack, so Lup wins that one. Plus Lup has fire strengthen on it, so it technically does more damage. It's a waste of a passive, to be honest, but whatever. Second skill is a free MP heal. You give 35% attack, 9,300 HP. Rem gives a heal is 10k, so you heal 700 more. But I think the attack buff is much more valuable, right? So
yeah.
beats you
and
out
like
there.
there's no point going above 9k. Like the amount of characters that actually
Hey, when Momon heal decreases your HP regen, every extra bit counts. Rem keeps it still at like 1,000 or something.
It's very worth it for 3 MP.
Yeah, dude, just healing you on that undead. So good. Anyways.
It's not like the tank can tank the damage anyway.
I know, right? Holy fuck. Dude, Momon's defense shred and Icy Burst, though, it adds up. Holy shit, it adds up. But anyway,
I think with mine, all it would just defend, so like I could just wait out the regen and then heal her.
Yep, speaking of regen. 4 MP, party what regen, OD gauge to yourself. Not the worst. I would rather be 3 MP, but maybe that'd be a bit too strong. Who knows? Certainly not me. Anyways, and then the Rem is 2 MP, 30% magical damage reduction. This is actually good.
Can be useful
in niche cases.
Yeah, niche.
Yeah, it's
I
actually
mean, it's the
really
same with the
good on.
region. The region is also pretty niche.
Yeah, it's kind of
I
like
mean,
units with generic reduction. This can help. I'm just
which I don't think most units will have like physical or magical
It
passive.
helps Albedo because if Albedo doesn't dip below his line, like it actually helps a lot for Albedo. Because if she doesn't dip, she doesn't get the reduction. So she's at like 80 magical. That actually helps a lot. Same thing with like units like Zero, but I think Zero also has a fresh line. If
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he should have a fresh line, right?
But even then, I think it's more
No, he
like
doesn't. So like, yeah,
when you don't actually need the heal too much because MP efficiency,
yeah.
so you're not really going to be using it.
There'll be situations where it will come in useful, especially if we get a much more magic focus undead. Everything's physical this time, so Rem doesn't get the You know, theoretically, I might summon Rem if all the enemies did magical, but like the except for Evil Eye, they're all physical. So I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, it's rough. But like having this as physical reduction, I think would help in this undead a lot for your tank, especially against
Yeah.
like Shell tier. Because if you have
It
50
depends
base
on the tank,
reduction.
but definitely for some tank, it would be quite helpful.
What? I want to say all tanks. I'll even pull Yuri up, right? Hers is 30% reduction.
She's got 30% physical damage reduction passive.
Oh, yeah, no. Oh, yeah, you're right. And then. Yeah. Yeah. She has no magic reduction, though, so, like. She has like 20% base, so like the 30 overriding it won't be awful. Anyways, it's hard to say how useful Rem's gonna be at this point. Passive 10% HP regen, love that passive, good passive. Lup has like fire, strength, which I think is a waste. Physical damage reduced, like that's speed.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, like being tanky is good. Speed's probably good because she's slow.
Like, I think the physical damage reduction can compare with the region. Like,
Yeah.
realistically, if the enemy is physical, then the physical damage reduction is going to be more useful than the regen, I'd say.
Yeah, Overdrive I like Rems more because having an attack down is kind of useful in like most content because shit hurts. Uh,
Yeah.
the fire
She
damage
just does way more damage.
yeah, it's just DPS. Maybe it'll matter when you're just last second nuking people, but it's
Like,
I think
she'll actually help with like some nuking. And
yeah.
yeah, she
So
also has the heal is also kind of niche
yeah,
for when you're using counter tanks. And since
yeah,
there's only two, and the other one is loop, basically we're using Albedo.
yeah. Alright, so first we're just gonna elevate her all the way up to the top of A tier, because I think what is it? Mirim, is that what we're calling it? Mirim's about the same thing as Rem. So
I
it's
think
already
Maram has a bit of a better niche use case.
we could totally find this, right? Healer, tech, Mirim. Yep. So the thing has hit down instead of attack down. Give one magic immune stack and recovery. That kind of helps a bit, and then you give regen and heal,
Yeah,
which is actually like
like 25% HP regen is pretty huge, I'd say.
yeah. Would you say this is even better than Love? Oh no.
Like in an actual, like if you go in with full single target healer where you don't have to worry too much about AoE, she's definitely better. And even if you do have worry about AoE, as long as it's not something that's like too frequent,
Okay,
then
let's say this undead. Which one would you rather run?
I mean,
Lup?
obviously love because she fits a niche for this undead. Like if you have her better, then she's gonna be helping with damage and healing.
Mm-hmm.
Like that attack buff is a pretty niche use case, and in the case of where Albedo is basically the best tank for this undead, it's a very good niche case.
Mm-hmm. I haven't turned back from the Aqua hype train, but you think Nazlup would be a good enough healer for this undead? It feels like her cost is just too high, right? Or no?
Yeah, her cost is too high, and most tanks already have damage reduction.
Yeah. Alright, so we'll leave her on top of the support of A tier. I think that's fine. I need to start thinking about Nazlup in the future too. I don't want to, but that looks like a very real conversation that's gonna come up soon. Okay, cool. We'll move on to the next one. Nabe. I realized we're like upgrading all the like swimsuits from the bottom all the way up. Uh, that's not bad though, right? Even though like Brian Albedo got shafted, even after buff, she's awful. Holy shit. Okay. Nabe. 79 attack. Nice. That's a bit below average, but not too much. Stronger than Zeshi. Yeah, no.
You still comparing to Zeshi, even though Zeshi's not even like DPS.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying, stat wise. Mass Iron's level of 2 MP, except that I'm pretty sure Mass Irons is not like the same rate. Also, yeah, I know it's enhancer.
I think Mass Irons is a bit weaker.
Yeah, it's 50%.
Yeah.
So better Mass Irons, 2 MP, Thunder, Shock. Self buff. I don't think that's super great. Gauge could be higher. Can't complain.
I mean, a free unit. It could be useful in raid, but that's about it.
Yeah. 4 MP farming. You know how much I love that 4 MP farming. So good. Yep. 30% lightning strength, 50% attack. The defense passive's kind of a shame. I don't think it's really good enough. For survivability, it's not like reduction. So, where do we have like a bunch of like this AoE damage dealing types of people?
I think they're mostly in B tier.
Yeah.
Like A tier is where you get like actual utility use.
I need to check Ein's base stats, but like maybe a bit above Ein's.
I mean, she does a lot more damage than Eins, and Eins is 5. Like Eins is, I don't think she's much better than Eins. I'd say.
I still get amazed with Ein's base stats. That's why, because they're not awful for his type.
Ein's skills are kind of.
Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah, no. We could even just close that completely. Okay, cool. Like, if anything, I think needs to go down here.
You could probably move her up.
Better than Tanya.
Because her actual thunder damage is decent as well. Like,
no.
Like you could probably. I mean, obviously you wouldn't use her, but like compared to some of the other DPS there, you could actually use her in a noble undead that's just damage dealing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at Philo. Man, Philo's defense stat sucks.
Yeah,
she's fast though. But yeah, you do more damage at 1 less MP. You don't get the speed debuff, and then like 5 MP 2 hits of that is 76% damage at 65 element. This is 67 at 80. 1 less MP. That's a 9% difference. A bit 1 less MP. I think that's better. Plus, I think Philo only has 10% magic. So yeah, better than Philo, right?
Yeah. Like you could probably move her up all the way to behind Fluida, maybe. I don't know. You could probably actually you could probably put her in front. Yeah.
I was gonna say like, because Evil Eye only does like.
I mean, I just think Fluida is a good character.
Man, imagine moving Fluida down another. No, next tier list talk. We're gonna shuffle people, but right now this is what day and night. Yeah. So, wrong podcast venue.
Even though we're basically spending most of it talking about tier lists now.
Hey, you know what's fine? This is a special edition of Day and Night when we have a slow news week and we just do tier list. Yeah.
You're mixing the two. It's a mixed version of the normal podcast.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's move to Shizi next. She was the best of the bunch, was she? No, Swim Solution was. And then she stays mediocre. Her attack's kind of alright for an enhancer. Her speed, they made her speed line up with all the other enhancers, which is nice.
And she got, I think, better speed passive.
Yeah, so she's actually like decently fast. She's like Gen 3 levels of enhancer speed. Okay, she has an attack down. They slap the paralysis on it. Kind of sucks because nothing's gonna get hit by paralysis. You know, she would have been good for the Gargantua raid. 2H.
Yeah.
That's all I was thinking of when I saw her kit. I was like, I see. That's a shame. That's such a shame. Because, like, you can just, like, paralyze with the first move, 3 MP, and then use a 4 MP spam, and it does decent damage, plus defense and speed and crit, whatever. But, yeah, I can't see it going up too much. Like,
You could. I think
Ratalia?
she could
At
go
least.
to
At least.
B tier.
Like, what is she doing that's better than the other people? So she inflicts minus
Her
3
second
evasion.
skill is pretty good. -3 evasion and poison.
Yeah, but then who?
And like she's just the problem with her is that she's a single target.
Yeah,
Like if she was
yeah,
AoE, I think.
she'd be a lot stronger. So that's what I'm saying. Like Cosmo does his thing at -1 hit at 2 MP, and then can you say he's as good as Cosmo?
Actually, yeah, just leave her there, I think.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
just looking at like the other characters and they're basically all AoE.
yeah. Honestly, a small part of me wants to move her to top of C tier, but can I say she's better than Yukata Solution? Or like, let me just look at.
She
Let me get some false justification to move on top of C tier. How good is this guy? I know you can't compare apples to oranges, but like, God help me, I will.
I mean DPS wise, you probably use Shizu now. Like
Yeah,
yeah.
you know what? You know what?
I think to be honest, okay, yeah.
She could
That's good.
technically be bottom B, but I'm leaving her top of C to prove that I have no bias towards Shizu when I do tier lists. Ignore what I just did to move her to top of C. I just don't think like he's that great nowadays.
Yeah, like yeah,
The 2 MP
definitely.
fire damage was what was kind of keeping him relevant, and even then, we've got so much more better fire units in the game now.
Yeah.
We're almost done. It says 4 more units. Solution. People said she got shafted with a reduction on her taunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just it's not too MP efficient.
I
Like
think
what
that
I was thinking was since she already has passive provoke, like you start off with using her 2 MP and then use her 4 MP and then you just charge.
I think the issue
Like
is her taunt is 4 MP. It was 3 MP,
yeah.
she'd be so much better.
Yeah, or even make like the damage reduction 1 MP.
Yeah.
It's not too MP efficient to be.
The only good thing about that is it's 70% damage reduction. Like
Yeah, for 310s, that's pretty huge.
yeah, that's like the highest base damage reduction outside of like Origami's bullshit. But then Origami has to work for her bullshit. Let me pull up the Origami bullshit and then we can just have a quick discussion about that. So Origami has 100% damage reduction for 2 stacks, right? And then she has 80/80.
Yeah.
So if you dissuade her passive, right? And then she runs out of stacks, it's worse. But for the sake of Origami's magical bullshit, Origami's the highest. But like solutions like air quote more practical. But even it's 2 separate skills, so it's less practical.
Yeah.
It's like it's like a
It's just the MP efficiency is a bit difficult to use. Like even if you like every other turn where you're not using your skill and you charge, you're still gonna run out of MP really quickly.
You know what would make her broken? If it said instead of give self, give unit 70% damage reduction returns. You know how useful that'd be? You use her as like your buffer, debuffer.
That's broken. You don't even use her as a tank. Like you wouldn't even use her taunt. You just spam that 2 MP on everyone. Like everyone is a tank.
Who would you give this to? Like besides every unit, like what if you were using it to support a tank? Naofumi?
Bro, I wouldn't even use it to support a tank.
Really? I'd give it to Naofumi. Like Naofumi main tank.
No, I would just like I'll have 3 actual useful units and just give them the damage reduction.
You know, like she's gonna fall off when the enemy starts AoEing you relentlessly from turn 1, and you don't have enough time to set up shields, and then they start falling off in like descending order too. Oh man, that'd be hilarious. But that's not at what they did. So let's just shuffle about. Is there any tanks that don't have 200% provoke? Halloween solution. And then, uh,
Yeah, but
yeah,
she's like really. You could probably move her to bottom A or top B.
yeah, man.
Like she's
I just want to see like what state they left Halloween Solution in. Yeah.
unlucky.
Yeah, like this is awful. 2 MP, 150% provoke. Like when this shit gets buffed, yeah, this will be better, I guess. They gotta give her
If the
some.
damage reduction.
Yeah, I don't know on what. Like, they actually have to. See,
I
if you,
think like she just give it to her passive.
or maybe they could probably
Like
tie it to her provoke's really cheap already, though. So I don't think they could tie
yeah,
anything good to it.
like I think change the 50% physical defense to like 50% damage reduction.
Then what they should do, they should change that break bar to be better. They should do the Valentine's aura treatment. When HP is above 50%, give 50% defense. And then when it's below, give like 200% physical defense. Do you know?
I mean, just don't do defense. It's too damage reduction. Defense is like so useless.
Yeah. Dude, to think, Summer Love has 100 less HP than this tank. That's
Uh,
perspective. Okay, let's just
yeah, if you put region on Summer Love, she technically can tank better as well.
yeah, that's isn't that like awful and hilarious? Okay.
Uh,
It feels like if anything Halloween Solution needs to drop. But whatever. Well actually I'm just gonna drop her now. Someone could be mad later. And then we can just raise her up. So 8 tier tanks, we get the
which is
zero
definitely not better than them, I'd say. Like,
the zero darkness block. There's
yeah,
no one else above her, right? And then we
nah.
could just put her like a few spots behind some enhancers just to prove that they're not equal.
I think like,
Do you think she'd be interchangeable with the other two?
with who?
With darkness
The
0?
Probably not.
Yeah, then I think it's fine like this.
Yeah.
Alright. Uh, Antoma. I don't hate Antoma. Do I think she's a good unit? No.
Doesn't do anything.
But like, I don't hate Antoma as a character. But
Like,
yeah, plus 4 hit, that's nice. Plus 60% OD gauge increase, that's nice. 15 speed for an enhancer with a bit low speed, that's okay. Defense is kind of shit. First skill, give magic to self, which sucks. Her sleep's 4 MP, doesn't really do anything. Yeah, no, I think she probably got the worst buffs out of all the maids, to be honest.
you could move her.
Where's base Albedo? She's already above base Albedo. Okay, never mind.
You could definitely move her above Halloween Demiurge.
Really?
Actually, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not.
I'll pull
Probably not.
I'll pull this shit up. Because like
Actually, probably not.
wait, is he an attacker? What? Am I high? Oh wow. It's oh, it's 5 MP and JP, right? It's 42% chance to inflict paralysis, 37% chance to inflict sleep.
Oh wait, yeah. I'm still thinking about the global version.
Yeah.
So yeah, Entom was probably better.
Yeah.
If it was a global version, then Demiurge would be better.
Could you imagine Global getting something better than JP, right? Just kidding. Not really. I think people who say Global is better than JP are just Global only players. That's it. And they just came to JP and they don't have any of the Global shit and they're just salty. But that's a hot take.
I mean, I think it's more just Nas Fest.
I don't know. I think it's fine.
Global Nas Fest was like
You got the 10
savior.
step. You know the reason why they started doing that is because they knew the game was tanking, so they started doing the 10-step Nasfest. I swear to God.
I mean, they started doing 10-step Nas Fest for a while. I think they did it. They did it since Nasric Shoutier. Yeah,
I think
which was like ages ago.
Yeah, I think that's one of the few things Global did right. And then like, No amount of like how good the Nazarick step up was is gonna fix the fact that global is kind of shit, and it's gonna be really hard to convince me because global doesn't exist anymore. So yeah, yeah. Anyways,
It's kind of shit for the devs because it doesn't earn them enough money.
yeah. Honestly, I'll move up a bit. I don't care. I think. Wow, it's really hard just to move up a few slots. Wow. I swear to God, I would have moved up higher if it.
I mean, okay,
Everything else is like a DPS unit. So I was like,
yeah.
yeah, you know what? There we go. Like, yeah,
Feels bad.
her shit's really greedy. Like,
What does the overdrive do?
no. See, having all this aim up, be like, oh, if she hit buffs herself, she'll land. But then the base percent chance is so low that even if you give a bunch of aim is proportionate to how big the base chance is that get times by the multiplier. So it's actually awful if you have a low base chance.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I think Atoma just lost. She lost the buff list. Oh, are we done summer? Holy shit! Like actually? Oh man, yeah. She's the only one who didn't
Wait.
escape from DTO.
R-
Yeah. Well, devastating Toma. You heard it first from day and night. All right, cool. 2 more units, and then we can wrap up the podcast. Now, bro. Do you know what I did when this got
What?
announced?
What?
I immediately brought Nabro, my level 60 Nabro, into like Abyss Undead and like final story chapter boss. Turns out they're immune to 100% immune to like statuses. I didn't know that until I checked them here. But yep, they're immune to statuses. So I could not test out Thundershock, which is the name that we gave to this kanji. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll call it a Thundershock.
Yeah.
Oh, offline world, the instant I talked to offline after this. So, I tried
I can
proccing that shit.
I can explain to you what it does.
Thank you, because I couldn't proc it. Also, my thing was at skill level 1, so it's probably my fault that I wasn't
Okay.
able to land it. Yeah.
So basically, if it lands, the percentage is the chance of the character skipping the attack.
Cool. That seems useful, except for the people that are completely immune to status.
Yeah. But I think it might be useful in some undeads. Like,
this one, maybe.
yeah, maybe,
Yeah.
probably not, because you're not going to attack her.
Yeah.
If you run tankless, you're just...
If this was on a tank, it would be really juicy, right?
yeah.
It's not though.
I mean, I guess her survivability is a bit better now with the +2 evasion.
You had to get hit for this to go off, or no? Or is it
Evasion counts as hit.
okay. Yeah. I also forgot that her charge only goes to 3 levels because I tried charging past that, and nothing happened because I'm dumb. But yeah,
I mean,
no.
you give her more evasion passive. That's...
Yeah, I guess. Does it help a lot? I guess maybe it does.
I mean, if you think about it, it's a 1p
One of
plus
two
2 evasion self buff.
And then it falls off, so you get up to plus 6 at the highest. No, plus 8
Yeah.
at the highest, right? And then 1 stack falling off, maybe. So 6 to 8 stacks. That's not awful. Yeah.
I mean, it's also a 1MP 12 overdrive charge.
Yeah. A lot of this stuff says if she's like OD5, you can like bring in the pain. Look at that element rate. That's pretty juicy.
Yeah.
And then she's good passes for it, right? Like plus 55% lightning. Yeah, no.
Yeah, and her 3MP is like good now, even if you don't do any charge. I mean, not that one. So that one's something we don't talk about.
Like,
that one is just, they finally reduced it to 3MP, so she doesn't use it on auto. That's basically it.
yeah, okay, so this is 138, 50% elementary up. Yeah, no, this one just gives chance paralysis. Yeah, so much better! Okay, that's great.
Like,
That's great.
she's actually not bad in autoing now.
Yeah. Okay, so we could drag her up. Do you remember when like Akane used to make these with me and he just put her so high up?
Because of that one video.
Yeah, we don't let cheese YouTube videos skew a tier list or something, right?
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
as a
this was when he didn't even know how counter works.
yeah, yeah. Um, 140%, 100% elemental rate up AOE at burst level 3 is her AOE. Uh,
They didn't change her AoE numbers apart from the element rate.
yeah, I'm just trying to think like
Like,
how ergonomic it is, because
you
you
can
need charge
compare it to
level.
some characters' overdrive, I think.
She's like a 5 MP AOE unit in terms of like mana utilization, because she has to be charge level 2 for it to become an AOE, right? So that means she's had to
Yeah.
spend 2 mana, but she also gets some plus evasion when she's doing it, so it's not awful. But like she's also not doing anything that turn. So like,
Yeah.
we could compare it to Ainz, like base Ainz, right? In terms of like,
I think you can start off by just comparing the single target first.
oh, that's so much easier. I just want to look at her stats. Less HP, a lot more attack, but the defense speed aren't too far off. Okay, yeah, let's have a
Like
look at it.
138% with 50% element rate for 3 MP is already fairly decent.
Yeah, so we can what raw numbers? We can let's just compare it to Yuri, right?
Like, I think her single target, like after one charge, is actually pretty good.
You think it's better than Yuri of the
I mean,
summer?
after one charge though, 165%. That's like a 5 MP attack damage.
I'd say it's on par with Yuri in terms of
Yeah, I mean,
DPS for mana cost.
she does have 1000 more base attack, and her passive is a lot better.
Yeah. And then she gets it's pretty much you spend one extra turn getting the evasion, so it doesn't
Yeah.
feel awful. But at the same time, if you have a tank that actually does their job and they're not AOing you, it falls off. But the big question is, we can move her to above Yuri, because Yuri is literally just one trick at this point. A very excellent one trick, but one trick.
Because like she has 55% lightning element for
Can
passive.
can she break past the window of B tier? It's like a
Uh,
glass ceiling you had to shatter.
like, uh,
Can she enter the realm of greats?
I think that's a bit too far.
Yeah. You just want
If
to do
they
a
made
quick.
her AoE damage a lot more, then maybe like it's like it would actually be worth the skipping 3 tens or 2 tens for it. But
I
no,
think
it's the damage is not insane enough for it.
yeah. I think the most generic single target AOE unit we have is Oram at the bottom, right? And she's like the bow you have to compare people to if you want to like kind of get through that ceiling. Also, Cock is there
Because
for
I
some reason.
think I was reading someone comparing her to like overdrives. Because her AoE, like if you think about it, it's like you charging
12%
overdrive bar
by 12.
for like an overdrive character to use their AoE nuke. But
Yeah.
for her, you just use charge and you do AoE nuke.
Hmm.
Like, wait, let me find a AoE overdrive character. We'll go with like Mega Ming or something. I don't know.
I never knew Oram give evasion to self with first single target, the one you don't use. Oh.
Okay, yeah. So Mega Ming's overdrive is 100% with 150% element rate at level 1.
Wait, regular Megumi, not.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the other one works as well. They're basically the same AoE.
Oh, okay.
Like, if you compare the overdrive, then you can
125
kind of
flame, 225.
say that essentially for Nabe, you're like charging 3 tens to get a similar level of damage to a character's overdrive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Makes explosion. 125. Oh, let's equalize. Dude, how come that's such a better explosion? Oh man, I would trade the 3% like flame damage for the burn, unless they're immune to burn. Even then, I don't know.
I don't know. Keep in mind, Megumi has better passive and higher base attack. I think. I don't know.
I don't know.
That's
Okay.
about it. I think the explosion would do more damage on Megumi, but
Yeah.
actually, I don't know. Never mind.
They don't seem too far off like stat wise, and then passive wise, you got like 75% fire, 25% magic, and what she's got, 60% fire, and then like you get crit, then you get 50% magic.
I mean, one of them is more RNG
Yeah,
based on pure damage, but then burn. it's
yeah. If you can get burned and you get burned, Evil Eye wins. But if you don't, then Megumi wins, which isn't awful. The self buff's hilarious. I really wish regular Megumi had this. Like, give yourself 100% bow, plus 4 hit, 70% magic. You get this the dinky version instead, plus 1 hit, 60% fire, charged by 12. You also got this version too, which gives you a bit of crit, bit of magic. I don't know, man. I don't know.
We're just went on a tangent of comparing Megumins. Oh, nice.
Yeah. No, 5 MP, 4 MP, 77 fire, 85. Yeah, you know what? I let me just look at where they are. Yeah, Evil Eye's a lot higher than regular Megumi. That's fine. We don't need to go back to that conversation. We do need to say, what was the final conclusion? Sorry, tangents. What's the final conclusion of
I don't know how
Alright.
practical it is.
top of B? You know, Yuri's queen of B tier for all of like 20 minutes. Yeah.
I mean, you can move her to bottom of A, and the Yuri's still top of B.
Yeah, you know what? We'll do that. I don't think it's too awful. The only thing is, counter doesn't.
Someone needs to test how much damage that. Like,
I could build her, but counter doesn't go off AOE, right?
no.
Yeah,
It only
see-
goes off physical single target attack.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm just putting her. Yeah, no, we'll just.
I
This
just
is so
feel like
bad.
her single target is definitely a lot better. Like, her overall damage is so much higher than what she was.
You know what?
before.
You know what? Just for the merit of getting 2 evasion for 1 MP, she can be bottom of A.
So
you
that's all it takes.
You might think of it as a cop out, but like for me, like Kotori's so high up is because she's got courage and HP regen and shit. Like that's the only thing keeping Kotori up S tier. If she didn't have the regen, she'd be like mid A tier or something. Burn helps her too, but like other units have burn, right? Alright, cool. Last unit. Let's do this. Eins, and then I just go like done.
Yep, we're done.
But yeah, no, just the quick buffs, right? Stats are impressive as always. Like, here's the
They
bow.
haven't changed. I mean, they don't need to change it.
Yeah,
stats, to be
no.
honest.
They are like the bow. If Old Eyes is the first bow, Naz Eyes is the second bow. Like, an attack stat that, like, attackers envy. Because the bow for Gen 3 attackers is 8,100. That is, like, the minimum bow to be a good attacker, right? And then he hits that as an enhancer. And then, like, he has an enhancer speed of 459, and then he also has a speed passive, so he's gonna, like, generally hit
the speed
500.
passive is new, but yeah.
Yeah.
They make him speed now. He's
Yeah.
pretty fast.
So, like, he hits the bow for Gen 3 enhancers now, because 450 is
Yeah.
the bow for Gen 3 enhancer speeds. His HP is at 82, which is no slouch, because a lot of units struggle to hit the 8,000 mark already. And his defense is 37, which is actually pretty high, because a lot of units hit 35, and the unfortunate ones hit like 28. His first skill got buffed. He's got that magical skill damage, that spice. The crit went up. That's great. He's got
Just everything went
speed.
up, and they gave him speed and skill damage.
Like, winning. Just so
yeah.
much winning.
It's like the best buff in the game if you're using magical.
Yeah. Dude, I would literally like frog demi something. I would like maybe record a run of me doing this undead with like frog demi and this guy and wipe out at like wave 2. But like
Right, you
I'll,
use Frog, Demi, and Nabe.
dude, yeah. I'll die because I have no main tank. That's cool. Thanks,
But
Fish.
it's fine.
Second one, 4 MP AoE, dark, whatever. They up the numbers a bit, but like it's still like 4 MP farming. That's cool.
Yeah.
They should have made 100% dark and then like elemental rate, and then that would have been like nutty, but they didn't because they're cowards. 3 MP is like the Yoshinon special, but like better than Yoshinon. I'll just get that.
Yeah, it's better. Like
Yeah.
it's better by I think 5% speed or
Yeah,
something.
35, 30, 35,
by
30, 30.
10% speed.
Yeah, 35, 30. Yeah, so that's cool.
And then he charges overdrive by 24.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, Yoshinon's sad.
Like, if it wasn't for Pink Pines, then you will actually use this guy a lot.
Yeah, that's nuts. Like, he's good for raids and shit. Really good for raids. Holy shit.
If you have him at OD5, then he's definitely... You could probably use him over Pink Pines.
Man.
But, you know, getting an OD5 Science
Yeah,
is
like
a
the
bit
lowest
of
pull rate in the game. Thanks, game.
Yeah.
His passive, magic attack, magic skill damage, dark strength, defense, speed, 100% sleep resistance. You know, just what this reminds me of? This reminds me of like applaud my supreme power. That gif right there. Holy shit. Sleep resistance. Didn't even need it, but he has it.
Yeah.
Yep. His overdrive minus 100% recovery. That's crazy.
It's stupid, I think, because
At
I'm
like OD,
pretty sure recovery is like capped at 50% or something.
maybe they changed the caps. I've heard speculation that they changed percentile caps for like
I
buffs
mean,
and stuff.
I guess if they have passive or they have skill or plus recovery, then that comes to use.
Yep. And then yeah, he has the dark status ailment that we're not gonna talk about. So he has like 50% chance to inflict the dark status ailment. It's like the other thing that's like Thunder Shock, where it's a new thing that got introduced.
It's minus 30% damage, I think.
Yeah. Which is you had to get hit by it, and then Dark Shred. It's nice. He's good. He's so good. Does he get the SS tier? I want him to get the SS tier.
I think what you could do is you just move Yoshino down by one slot, and then you're good.
No, wait. I'm gonna pull up Christmas Alberto.
Wait, you can
What's
move.
keeping this bitch up here? Wow, she
She just does damage.
Why does she
I think
have?
that's it.
Why does she still have better stats than him? What the fuck? She has more HP. Oh god, this
She just does
unit.
damage. Her debuff isn't even that high anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh man. Is it time to make her drop slightly and then like put him up?
I mean,
I'll move her down.
I think what you could do, yeah, you should drop her to like. Oh, wait, that's a bit too far. Like, move her in front of Naofumi.
I'm not breaking up the tanks. It's either she's here or she's there. Just kidding. Naofumi's been useless for 2 undeads. Ah, that hurts, right?
And then what you could do is you can move Yoshino behind Mare, and then you're good with Ainz.
Oh man, that hurts. That hurts so much.
That way you can tell there's a difference between Yoshino and Ainz.
Superior Chad. Know what we could do? We just put him in the bottom of S tier.
Or you can just drop Naofumi to S, to behind Ainz.
I swear to fucking god. I'd rather bring Ainz out than take Naofumi down. Just kidding. Naofumi's on my checklist of if the next undead Naofumi's completely useless, I'll actually drop him down a tier.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. If people say I have like favoritism, it's because like some stuff's not built for him, but if they make everything not built for him, then that's an actual issue. But it's only been 2 in a row, which is not like a trend or a pattern yet. That's just unlucky. Well, that's it, right? It's just unlucky, not unlucky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's just stop streaming real quick. Actually, let's not. That might actually fuck up my thing a bit more. So that's it for the tier list, right? We can, I guess, just go to Fish. That glaringly orange screen. Yeah. we can just hover over Fish and just blind whoever's actually watching the YouTube video. I'm pretty sure most people just listen to this in the background while they do like housework, because that's what I do with most podcasts. This one's actually like a long one. What the fuck? An hour and 20. I guess that's
because we talked about tier list.
Yeah.
And then went on a tangent.
I love tangents. It makes the podcast interesting. It's as if we talked about Global and JP. Oh, the good old days. Yeah. I think that's about it. Thanks so much for watching Day and Night episode. I'm gonna say 16. I might be wrong. This is just like the good old days. An hour of ranting with only one other person compared to having 3 people. So that's amazing. Fish, anything you'd like to say before we wrap things up?
No.
Okay, cool. That's it. Thanks for watching. I actually might even label this tier list. Nah, I won't. It'll just be Day and Night. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thanks for watching Day and Night episode 16. Catch you all 2 weeks from now. All same time, same great place. Maybe same great people. Someone will probably rotate. And peace.